Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Ben W, the video series where I get to tackle exactly one question as I walk from my parked car to my office in Denver Public Schools. Today's question is once again centered on the Digital Educator and Personalized Learning Academy that is happening on June 16th and 17th. And it goes something like this. How do we ensure that every teacher that receives an invitation to this professional learning experience feels like it is for them? It's a rather long question today, but the reason why it came up for me was I keep getting these replies to emails that I send out regarding the event, and they sort of inevitably have this questioning focus of, is this going to suit my needs? Is this going to be relevant for me as a GT specialist in a building, for a school psychologist, for a reading interventionist, for all of the various roles that are going on within a school? And those questions just keep on coming up. Each one of them sort of has a different perspective, but it's all sort of on that same theme of, is this for me? Is this something that I would gain value from? Am I going to learn things that are valuable to me and my role? And I think it's really important to consider for two reasons. The first one being that if we are doing it right, if we are creating an inclusive event and we are allowing people to actually choose their path through the professional learning, there shouldn't be a single role that wouldn't find the professional learning relevant. And then it's also important too for setting expectations for an individual attendee, right? If they are assuming that it is the sort of responsibility, the role of the organizers of the event, that it is their responsibility to sort of make it relevant rather than the individual attending to make it relevant for themselves and to find an entry point, then that's a pretty different perspective. And the thing that it really makes me think about is, what is the role of an attendee at a professional learning experience? Is it to be sort of a passive learner, sort of taking whatever comes? Or is it more likely, especially in this particular event, a role of carefully choosing and looking at the pathways, particularly the innovation and collaboration pathways? If you have a specific problem of practice, if you have something that you are looking to develop, that those are the things that you are looking at. Now I understand that, even I wouldn't want to go to an event that is not relevant, that is not valuable, that doesn't meet my needs. And there are many events that don't do those things. And so I totally understand this question from people where they're asking, is this for me? But what it makes me think is that we need to have language of inclusion. We need to have language of equity for all different teacher and educator roles. We need to have both the language and the strategy within sessions, within the structure of the event, that actually do speak to the fact that not everyone is a classroom teacher, that not everyone has the same roles and responsibilities within a classroom even. And so how is it that we start to be more inclusive? How do we make the professional learning environment something that is respectful of the experiences and the expertise that comes from a really diverse teaching force and leadership force? So, I think for me, it is about language, it is about strategy, but it's also very much just about a larger consideration of those other roles and actually trying to look for opportunities for people that are in non-traditional teaching roles to stand up and say, let me share my story with you, because it might inspire somebody else to take on a role that is non-traditional. And we should also encourage people who have non-traditional roles or any role at all to really craft their own experience. That it shouldn't be just up to the designers of the professional learning experience. It should be up to the participants to decide what that experience is going to be. And so, that's I guess my answer to the very long question. If you have thoughts on this, please do leave them in the comments. And if you want to ask a question, please do so with the hashtag AskBenW. I hope you have a great day of learning.